What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of a sorts for the 3.9 update that we got in Fae, and I'm going to be comparing my speculated stats with the actual stats of the units that we got for the Dancer banner. This also includes precious Rinea and also Choose Your Legends 1 Refines, and at the end I'll also go over the rewards from the Heroes Path game mode that we have got. So the timestamps are on your screen and you can find all of the sources linked in the description, and I'm going to be discussing my thoughts and giving you guys my opinion, and in the comments you can give your opinion and your thoughts about these units, the refines, and also the new game mode. So let us begin, and here I've got my speculated stats on this right side, and here we have got the actual stats. I want to thank Mr. Gengar123 and Sukasa for this data mine, of course. Gonna be leaving their stuff in the description. So the first unit is Berkut. The attack which I speculated is right for Berkut at 36. I thought he would have high attack, so that's pretty good. And these dancers, by the way, have got Gen 4 BST. They don't have Gen 3 BST. Berkut has got insanely high defense because of that. I thought that he would have high defense, so he has got that. Speed is not really as min-maxed as I thought it would be. Kind of like Dancer Xander, but it's on 23, but still, like, it doesn't really help him much. So that's Berkut, really tanky actually, with that base 37 defense and 36 base attack. Can definitely function as an enemy phase dancer, can definitely take physical hits, and he can also act as an infantry pulse dancer because he does have that HP pool, so you could use him in Ether Raid's defense as an infantry pulse dancer. But then again, like, Sylvia is just much easier to build up and merge up, so then again that's another option for you. But the thing which Berkut has got is his Verdandi weapon, which gives you +4 to all of your stats. So in that regard, like, Berkut can definitely provide that niche and that support to your team. So really tanky dancer. I really like that. We'll take on Rinea after the banner units. So let's take a look at our man Reinhardt over here. I expected 34 attack on him, and he has got just that. He's got more speed than I expected, but pretty much, like, after he equips his weapon, he will end up at 16 speed. So that's that in my speculation, I guess. 27 defense. The one I expected was 30. Resistance is really close. I expected 26, and he has got 25. So I was pretty close when it comes to speculation for his stats with resistance and attack. Speed is definitely not as min-maxed. They could have definitely put this around 16 and increase his defense and resistance to just make him more bulky, but I guess they didn't do that. So Reinhardt is a green mage flyer dancer who can pull his own weight with his green dire thunder pretty much, with that 34 base attack. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with Deathblow 4. I really wish he came with that. That would have been really good. He already comes with chill resistance as it is. So yeah, I was really expecting like Deathblow 4, but nonetheless, he's gonna be a really powerful dancer. And the thing is that if you want to use him as an offensive unit, you could even do that. All you have to do is unequip like his dance, and then you could dance him with some other dancer or some other refresher. And the thing is that with Legendary Azura, he will get 3 range. So if you unequip his dance and simply use him as an offensive unit, I mean, that can also be done. I mean, the only thing that matters for Reinhardt is his attack stat. Let's be honest, doesn't really matter much what the other stats are. So you can definitely use him as an offensive unit by just unequipping his dance and not allowing this man to dance at all. And then we've got Ishtar. Surprisingly, she has got the same attack as Reinhardt. I thought she would have lower attack than Reinhardt, so that's why I expected like 32. But she has same attack as Reinhardt and can actually quad attack because of her 36 base speed. So the speed stat is exactly what I expected. Resistance is also really close. I expected 21. She's got 22. Defense is much less than I expected. Definitely min-max in that regard, with 16 defense. So she's just a really powerful dancer once again. Can quad attack, but reaching desperation with these stats is just yikes. So yeah, she does have desperation on her base kit, but like I said, like, this bulk doesn't help you in getting into the desperation range. But good news is that she can run sturdy impact and mirror impact being a flyer, so that can be done. And she's just really powerful. As I said, just like with Reinhardt, if you want to use them as dancers, that's good. They can pull their own weight and do damage when they need to. But if you want to just use them as an offensive unit, all you gotta do is unequip their dance, and now they can be danced by someone like Legendary Azura. And they can just function as a really good offensive unit because Brave Tomes were not present on flying units, so they can definitely be used in Fire Emblem teams, and I can definitely see them being used in like Flyer Ball teams and Aether Raid's defense, because they can definitely function as pretty good offensive units. And the last one we have is Nephenee. Okay, Nephenee blew me out of the water. So the speed I expected was 37, she just got 36 speed. Attack, I thought she would not have very high attack, but she has got 35 base attack. She's got 36 offenses. Which is pretty much like making her a dancing bridal Cordelia, I would say. And she has got 24 defense. I expected like 23. Resistance is 25. It's actually workable. The one I gave was 16. So like Nephenee, once again, these are really offensive dancers. Like you could use them for support, but also use them to attack. Now, if you're using them like that, they can either dance or attack in the player phase. But once again, if you clearly want to use them for their offenses, then you could just unequip dance and just use them like that. I mean, the BST is already pretty good for them, so they don't really suffer as heavily as the old dancers that we have got. So that's Nephenee for you. She's the first archer dancer in the game. You could pretty much have her as a Brave Bow dancer, and I could definitely see people beating like Abyssal and Infernal maps with like Brave Bow Archer and 3 dancers, and one of the dancers being Nephenee, and she could just snipe the units with her Brave Bow, quad attack them maybe, because 24-25 is definitely pretty decent to get into desperation range compared to Ishtar 16 and 22. But Rinea, I feel like, got short end of the stick because she isn't really all that offensive. 30 base attack is not really all that good, but honestly it makes sense. Rinea doesn't really like come off as an offensive character, like at least in this form at first. Yeah, after that probably she's really offensive, but she doesn't really like, she's just a noble woman. She's not really gonna be having very high attack. Berkut here is a fierce competitor. He's trying to become the king of Regale, so it makes sense. Only 30 attack, 33 space speed, 23 defense, which is not really good. 28 resistance is definitely workable. And these are the skills of Rinea. I want to thank Xanek for this skill picture which I've got. I'm gonna be linking his Rinea showcase in the description down below. He's actually made a showcase with the voice lines and stuff. So her weapon is Silver Goblet Plus. As I like predicted, I was expecting her weapon to be similar to Nephenee's, but having Distant Guard. And I was really expecting Distant Guard because this is such a good thing for free-to-play guides for supporting someone like Legendary Ike, Fiarm, stuff like that. And she's got that weapon, which is really good for defensive support. This can also be used in Aether Raid's offense because in the light season or in the Astro season when the water is not coinciding, you cannot really use the best refresher, Legendary Azura. So if you want to support your super tank with this kind of Distant Guard effect, then I guess a dancer along with male Corin or some kind of support bot can definitely help. And she could just like help you stack on defenses on your super tank. So she's got dance, of course. Bracing blow is just a really bad skill, honestly. And Rinea is definitely not one to initiate a lot of attacks with that 30 base attack. And she also doesn't have a legendary weapon like Young Azura. Young Azura can hit really hard with Book of Shadows. So that's that. And she has got Fireflat Dance too. I had a feeling that they would give these kinds of like dance skills to one of the dancers eventually, and Rinea is the one who has got that. So +3 attack, +4 resistance after getting danced. I could definitely make use of this in free-to-play guides and also combine this with Earth Dance as a sacred seal. So that is pretty good actually. But if you're trying to use her outside of that, then Wings of Mercy is probably going to be your best option. I'm definitely going to be using her in my free-to-play guides. She provides a niche different than Young Azura. Young Azura is just really deceptively fast, tanky, and also powerful. Rinea, not really so much. Rinea provides that defensive support, so it could be used in some scenarios. So that's Rinea. Pretty happy with her. Just wish like she could hit harder, but the thing is that Young Azura has set our expectations like that. But nonetheless, she's a nice dancer, has got nice art, and it's never bad to have another dancer. I mean, that's going to be helping you in Arena Assault, so that's pretty good. And if you're using her in Arena Assault, please do not give her Fire Blessing. If you do that, she will just vanish from your barracks. Trust me, it's a true story. Okay, so next we have got the weapon refines for Choose Your Legends 1 unit. So the first one is our man, Ike, Brave Ike. So he's a free unit from Heroes Path. So every single person is going to be having him now in the game. And he's one of the best tanks because of his weapon refine. So his Irvan already, we know how it works, has the -1 special cooldown. And on consecutive attack, it reduces the damage from second attack by 80%. And the weapon refine actually reduces the damage from foe in the enemy phase by 40%. And it basically forces them to have a desperation skill. So it just clearly says that if foe initiates combat, foe can make a follow-up attack before unit can counterattack. So this is actually really good because you are forcing the foe to attack you twice, and most likely he's going to be getting doubled by a lot of the new threats. So he takes 40% less damage on his first hit, and because you're forcing them to attack consecutively, you're going to be having 80% less damage on their second hit. So that's amazing, and that charges up his Ether because he does have Steady Breath, and Irvan does make Ether a 4-turn cooldown special. So like Ike is really good tank. If you have gone on social media like Reddit or Twitter, you might see some videos of Brave Ike tanking like a brave sword, bullfighter, Black Luna, Black Knight, and just completely living through that. So yeah, Ike is just pretty insane with this. He can definitely be countered by something like Hardy Bearing because Hardy Bearing will prevent and disable this kind of effect which he's imposing on the enemy. And also on Mayogi Daggers and Dancer Micaiah, she has got Hardy Bearing built into her weapon. So they are going to be able to attack him naturally, provided that he's running this encounter. If he's not running this encounter, then it doesn't really change much because he's not going to be able to retaliate back and interrupt their second attack. And someone like Dancer Micaiah is definitely not going to be attacking him twice. So that's Brave Ike, really good tank. And I can see him being really good frontline Ether Raid's defense unit because he can provide the infantry pulse support as well. And he's a really good tank. He does not die easily. And he can also be used in Ether Raid's offense. As a super tank, he could run distant counter. Like previously, distant counter didn't have the best synergy with Irvan, but because of the weapon refine and because you're imposing this forced desperation on your foe, you're pretty much able to run this encounter really well and retaliate back to range foes, and also run something like Null Counter Disrupt. So he can be a really good super tank in Ether Raid's offense, but the problem is that he doesn't have very high resistance. He's got like base 20 resistance. So AoE attacks from someone like Ophelia or Sonya are absolutely going to be destroying him because he's going to be left at really low HP and they can just take him out either way. So you have to watch out for those kinds of units with AoE specials in Ether Raids. And also, as I said, Hardy Bearing pretty much disables the weapon refine. So also have to watch out for the Hardy Bearing Sacred Seal, which is pretty common on any kind of good Ether Raids defense team. So that's our man Ike. Really good weapon refine. Very impressed. The next unit we have is Brave Lucina. Brave Lucina was considered to be the worst unit out of Choose Your Legends 1 for a lot of reasons, being outclassed as a support unit. She also faced competition from Nephenee when it comes to being offensive. But now she's got her weapon refine, and it also upgrades the base effect of the weapon. This lance is effective on dragon units now, and it does give you +3 defense. I mean, it did before as well. And it grants +3 attack and speed to a physical ally. It's not going to be giving that buff to a mage or a dragon. Obviously not a dragon because she's got beef with dragons because of Grima. So yeah, if you're a physical unit, then you're going to be getting +3 attack and speed. And upon the refine, you can also get +3 defense and resistance. So she's just a really good support bot, having that kind of effect from 2 spaces away, which is really good. And the final and the additional effect of this weapon refine is giving Drive Breath to physical allies, which is pretty insane because now you can give the breath effect indirectly to cavalry units, to flying units, which is really amazing for a super tank in Ether Raids, and like in general for any kind of content. Having this kind of breath, like Drive Breath, is gonna be super nice. So she's one of the best support bots in the game now because of this weapon refine. And the fact that she has effective damage on dragons is just a cherry on top. That's amazing. That helps her offensively, and just as a support unit, she is really good. So Lucina has definitely become really powerful, and this was much needed, like I said. And the next unit we have is Brave Roy. So he has got a Blazing Durandal Refine, and normal Eliwood is also going to be getting this weapon Refine because he does have access to this weapon. So it gives you +2 attack, it did before as well. And the base effect of this weapon is also changed. So along with giving you +1 special cooldown, it also inflicts -1 special cooldown on foe per attack. So this is pretty much a player phase special fighter in a sense, because you're able to get the special charge yourself and preventing that on your foe. And the weapon Refine gives you steady impact, I would say, giving you +7 speed and +10 defense during the combat, and the foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And that makes him so much more worth as a Gale Force Cavalier. Before this, he used to face a lot of competition, but this weapon Refine is just really good offensively. Having that kind of special fighter and also preventing the follow-up attacks of the enemy, along with getting +7 speed, is really amazing. Plus in defense, of course, helps you with the survival. And getting speed from this weapon Refine is definitely really important for any kind of Gale Force unit, and that's why it's a really good weapon for even normal Eliwood, because normal Eliwood doesn't have the highest base speed, so having more speed is definitely going to be really helpful to him. And having this kind of player phase special fighter is really good because it saves your Heavy Blade Sacred Seal to be used on some other unit. So if you're running like a full Gale Force team of Cavaliers or units in general, you could use like Heavy Blade on some other unit because Roy is not going to be occupying that because of his weapon. So just a really solid Refine for our boy here. And the final one is going to be Lyn. So Lyn's weapon Refine is pretty underwhelming compared to all of them. All of these have got some insane effects, like he gets like 40% reduction on his first hit that he takes. Then we have got the Drive Breath on Lucina. Then we have got the player phase special fighter on the base effect of Blazing Durandal and also being able to prevent follow-up attacks. Lyn here gets +4 to all of her stats if her speed is greater than the foe speed. So that's pretty much it. She doesn't get any kind of base effect like buff. She just gets the weapon Refine. So it's not really as like bang for the buck, I would say, like the other weapon Refines of the Choose Your Legends units. It's definitely pretty helpful. I mean, it's another additional thing which she has got now. Lyn's Refine is definitely not bad, I'm not saying that, but it's not really having as much effect or as much impact and as much stuff as the other Refines. That's basically Choose Your Legends 1 unit Refines. And the final thing which I have to talk about is the total rewards from Heroes Path quest. So here we have this post on Reddit. He has compiled all of the rewards. So you get 32 orbs. So we knew that from the tweet from Faye's official Twitter account. Hero rewards are Xander at 5-star and 4-star. So we were not told about this before, probably because like these are not like new free-to-play units. So Xander at 5-star is pretty nice, and now I can use him in my free-to-play guides, I guess, at base 5-star, which is pretty amazing. And Brave Ike, of course, Mage Erica, Reinhardt, Ninian, and Barst. Barst has been given out as a free unit before, but again, we're going to be getting him. Pretty nice for reposition for the people, I guess. And stamina pots 15, feathers 23,000 feathers, 60 aetherite stones, crystals and shards or whatever, 4 dueling swords, arena medals, like who cares. HP +3 sacred seal, we have like a million of those. 100 sacred coins, which is pretty nice. 7 light blessings and 4 earth blessings. That is really good. 100 refining stones, 80 cavalry flowers, dragon flowers, and badges, and 200 heroic grails. Like the rewards from this game mode are so good, and I'm told that the Heroes Path rank screen doesn't go away from the home screen, so maybe we'll get more stuff in future. That would be really nice for getting some new rewards. Really looking forward to that actually. Very happy for Irvan's Refine, because in some harder abyssal maps I could probably use his weapon Refine, because he's a free-to-play unit, and you can definitely get that much refining stones as a free-to-play player from all of the quests and all of the jazz, like till now. You could definitely get that. So definitely pretty excited for that. I guess this become a really powerful unit, and looking forward to using Rinea in my free-to-play guide. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like, and make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content and also 3 Houses content, because I'm doing a let's play of that. and make sure to hit the notification bell and click on all so that you can always get the updates to my videos whenever I upload, because expecting YouTube sub boxes to work is like expecting Brave Ike with his weapon refined to take any kind of damage. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.